Year's Eve. It was freezing this evening, New Year's Eve 2015 to be exact. Most Clevelanders were getting ready to head downtown, party all night and watch the ball drop at midnight in Public Square. Shit, well me, I wasn't going anywhere. Darnell Hopkins' black ass was spending his New Year's at home with his family. Every year on January 1st I wake up to find someone had been killed the night before, trying to celebrate the new year. The price of celebration was too rich for my blood. I didn't make it to the age of 25 by being stupid, and where I'm from seeing your 18th birthday was a blessing. It's just not safe to do fun things anymore in the city of Cleveland. Now don't get me wrong, when I was coming up and there was violence, but these kids out here on the streets now are really lost. We call them the shooters. They range from the ages of around 11 to 22 and they are killing for nothing. So tonight, I'll be in the house with my wife and a couple of friends, just watching movies, getting it in, tequila, good gas, and some wings. I'm going to walk 3 blocks to the liquor store on Shaw Avenue, take some wings out the freezer to thaw, and then drive to pick my wife up from work. It's not like I'm totally against going out, but it's freezing tonight, and the shooters are lurking. I grabbed my butters and sat on the couch to put them on. As I put on my boots, a campaign ad pops up on the TV. It's a presidential primary ad for Dion Winfrey. I watch and listen in disbelief. I can't believe he is actually a serious candidate. Dion Winfrey was an advertising mogul who made billions of dollars in the 80s and 90s marketing for companies in the US and China. He was a capitalist who lived by the model the rich get richer and the poor don't get a fucking thing. The motherfucker actually said that out of his mouth on national live TV. It wasn't surprising. Over the last 25 years he has said a lot of crazy shit. He said shit like the Holocaust didn't exist, all Muslims were terrorists, all Latinos were drug lords and should be deported, and my favorite, most black people are lazy and should go back to Africa. Now you may ask how a person with those insulting point of views could even be considered for the US presidency. America in 2016 was in turmoil, racially and economically. Over the last 2 years it had been over 20 police shootings across the country of unarmed black men, and not one conviction if charges were even sought. Over 2 million illegal immigrants from Mexico and numerous South American countries have crossed the borders into Texas, California, Arizona, and New Mexico. Middle Eastern terrorist groups are infiltrating U.S. soil because of an open entry policy, and Chinese nationals are invading the eastern seaboard, buying up everything with American tax dollars, controlling commerce, because America is $17 trillion in debt to China. The black youth in urban communities throughout the U.S. were slaughtering each other with no regard for human life. New Year's Eve. As I walked out the door onto the porch, it was snowing like crazy. I checked my iPhone for the current temperature. It read 17 degrees. It was frigid out here. I walked up 128th to Shaw Avenue. I noticed a car with tinted windows parked across the street. I could see that it was 3 guys in the car, and they were white. It had to be the police. I shouldn't be worried. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I work hard for a living. I'm a military vet, with no criminal record, and yet when I saw that car, panic and fear kicked in. 3 white cops and a black man on a dark snowy street usually equals ambulance and jail. Out of fear I got nervous and pulled out my cell phone to call my wife. As I dialed her job number and walked past the car with the cops in it, they were focused, looking with all eyes on me. Marketing connection. This is Tamala. How may I help you? The beautiful Tamala Hopkins. I can't wait to get you home tonight. I can't wait for you to get me home. I've been ready to go. I'm walking to the store to get this bottle of liquor. It's freezing out here. Why you walk? I know it's only a few blocks, but it's too cold to be out here walking. You going to get sick, baby. I should have drove. it's some thirsty-ass cops parked on 128th. They look like they wanted to fuck with me. Hold on babe, someone's calling in. No, go ahead, I'm walking into this crowded-ass liquor store. New Year's Eve. I walked in the store. It was crowded, people from wall to wall. 4 lines each, 10 people in each line, and about 20 people shopping around the store. That didn't even include the people in the cell phone line buying a phone or paying a bill. You also had the lottery line with people playing lottery. Oh, and don't forget the fried chicken line, hot wings and French fries. It was pandemonium, and these Arabs was getting rich off the black man's dollar. Can you imagine? It's 2016, and Arabs had capitalized on the fried chicken game. I looked around the store and see all these black people spending money and Arabs colluding it, and I think what a shame. We as a people are definitely doing something wrong in America. I worked for an Arab in 7th grade. He was from Yemen. He told me that the people in the Middle East call the United States the land of black gold. Now I'm not blaming the Arab, nor am I racist. It's our fault. We are not financially responsible, economically in control of our own community. Nonetheless, I too was one of those misguided people spending my money. What are you going to do, you know? I looked up and saw my nigga LB already standing in line. I walked over to him. I put my hand in his back like I had a gun. Bottles on you, nigga. Nigga, bottles on you, you the one with the good job and military pension. You almost just got shot. He replied laughing. Grab me 2/5 of 1800, 1 silver 1 gold. I said, handing him the money. I got you, my nigga, I'll meet you in the front. As I stood in front of the store waiting for LB to come out, this crackhead prostitute walked past me. She was high as hell, and I know she was cold. It was freezing outside, and all she had on was this flimsy jacket, with the zipper down so you could see her sagging tits, and a mini skirt with leggings. What was crazy, the bitch had on gloves and earmuffs. Crack was a powerful drug. Nephew, you got $1 I can borrow? She said as she stood in front of me shaking. Nah, auntie, I'm broke. Come on man, you got something. Buy some of this good pussy from me for $37. Man, bitch, don't nobody wanna buy that funky pussy. Get yo ass away from me. Fuck you, she said, walking away. LB walked out the store and handed me my bag. We started walking towards the street we both lived on since we were kids. When my mother got remarried, she moved in with her husband, and gave me and my wife our childhood home. As we turned the corner of 128th Street, I could see the police still sitting there. L.B. seen them too, so he threw his stash of dope in the bushes of an abandoned house. Damn, the fucking cops still sitting here. What you doing tonight, bruh? No plans yet, he replied, looking nervous. Come to the house tonight, I'm having a soft turn up. Shit, come now and blow one. Let's go. New Year's Eve. As soon as we crossed the street on 128th, the 3 white cops in the car rushed us with guns drawn. Get the fuck down on the ground, niggers. Put your face in the fucking snow before I blow both of you scumbags head the fuck off. The fattest cop yelled. We laid down face in the snow. I dropped the bag of liquor right next to me. The other 2 cops ran over and put their steel-toed boots to the back of our head. They cuffed us up, then stood us up, and walked us over to the car. The fat one got on his radio. Officer to dispatch 1017. The suspects got away on foot. A transport car will not be necessary. In that very moment, I knew they were about to rob us. At minimum, the worst-case scenario would be a trip to the ER. They didn't read us our rights, didn't ask for our ID. The short blonde-hair cop name was Thomas Cirillo. He worked as security at Collinwood High School. And he hated us. When I say us, I mean black people. In the 70s the whole neighborhood and high school was predominantly Italian. By the late 80s it was overwhelmingly black. It would take 3 race riots and a heavy police presence before the Italians started moving to the suburbs. "What do you niggers have here?" Cirillo said as he picked up the bag of tequila, while his partner searched us. He took out one of the bottles, opened it and started drinking, then passed the other bottle to the fat cop. He opened it and drunk out the other bottle. The tall skinny cop didn't say a word. He took about $1,000 out of LB pocket and finally spoke. "Look at this, boys, this Maliano got $1,000 in his pocket." He walked over to me. "So, you must have the dope, huh boy? I'm a law-abiding citizen, an ex-war vet, and a taxpayer with no felonies, so you're going to need a good explanation when my attorney file a complaint Monday on your racist ass." I replied. "Woo, you hear the mouth on this shine, Tommy?